to win on the road and to be undefeated on the road. That hadn't happened in 20 years, so it's a hard thing to do. And we played 4 out of our last 6 on the road. 10, we're going to be playing 10 in a row. But 4 of the last 6, you know, in hostile territory, and our team has just continued to find ways to win. This is a game of results. It's the bottom line, and we got the result that we came here for. Proud of our team for that. This is, you know, a team that's earned everything. 34 years since we've been 12-0, and man, it's just a blessing to be a part of it. I mean, it really is. It's just awesome to be with a team that just, you know, we don't always play perfect, but we find ways to win. And we, you know, we lost the turnover margin again for the 6th time this year, and you know, when we win the turnover margin, we're going to kill somebody. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know how we make it real hard. You know, just some real poor things in the first half offensively, as far as, you know, good drives, and then we just thought we put the ball on the ground, but the defense was awesome in the first half, and then we second half we come out and we gave up some big plays with the defense. Had a couple of really, you know, poor busts with some big plays in long yardage situations, which, you know, people have not really thrown the ball on us very well. So you know, credit them for that. But offensively, we were clicking on all cylinders, and we took the game over in the second half. And so just proud of our team. I tell you, give South Carolina a ton of credit, and I told Sean that after the game. I think that's a real credit to him and the staff that you know, those guys competed like that. I mean, their season's over today, and to see them compete like they competed, I think that's a reflection of the character of their coaches. I really believe that. I think players are a reflection of those who are coaching them, and they played with a ton of heart. They played with a lot of passion. They didn't quit. I mean, all the way to the last second, literally, they competed, and I have great respect for that. I really do. And then on that note, you know, I wish all those guys well, and tried to tell all of them before the game. You know, we all get caught up in a rivalry and winning and losing and all that type of stuff, but you know, this is a profession, and you got people that, you know, don't have jobs, and people that are having a lot of anxiety, you know, that transition with kids and things like that, and that's a difficult thing to be a part of. This is a great job, but a bad business, and that's just the way it is. So, you know, I wish all those guys well. I think they've had an incredible run under Coach Spurrier and this staff, and I know they'll hire a good coach, and we'll continue to have great competitive battles with South Carolina. So, but really want to commend their players and their coaches for fighting all the way to the end. Because again, I think you find out more about people when you have adversity, and they didn't quit, and that's what it's all about. For us, you know, offensively, 500+ yards. Again, tell 2 halves, I thought we were tremendous in the second half. They did a good job of taking the ball, keeping us off the field in the first half. Of course, we had 2 turnovers, which didn't help, but they possessed the ball and did a good job with time of possession. Deshaun Watson, you know, just unbelievable again. 20-27, 100-something yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Wayne Gallman over 100 yards. We had several guys make some big plays. G-Hop, Leggett, Deion Kane, 5 games in a row with a touchdown. I think that's a freshman record. Made some huge plays for us at critical times. We had some big 3rd down conversions. But you know, number 4 was just the difference in the game. It's just that simple. But that's what great players do. They make everybody else better. And you know, he is certainly a great player. And then defensively, tell 2 halves. You know, pretty dominant in the first half, and then second half just gave up some big plays, especially on some 2nd and longs. They got a 2nd and 21, a 2nd and 15, maybe a 2nd and 10, and they hit some big plays on us. And then missed tackle right there at the end, just get them on the ground, put their head down. So some fundamental things that we'll have to clean up. But at the end of the day, we had a bunch of tackles for loss. We had several sacks. I think Kevin Dodd had 5 tackles in the 4th quarter alone. B.J. Goodson, another big day. So a lot of good things. We continue to struggle making an extra point, but we just don't miss field goals. So no, I can't explain it. other than probably going to go with Lakeup to kick the extra points and just take that pressure off of him. That's the only thing I can say. It's kind of a mental thing. But big kick by Greg. Good job, kind of getting his composure and going out there and making a 2-touchdown game right there at the end. So proud of our team. Again, it's great to be state champs again. And I'm happy for our fans. We all know what this means to a lot of people. And I'm really happy for our fan base that, we can kind of keep bragging rights for a little while. So that's what this game's about. But do it with class. And we got bigger things to do. We've got the opportunity to go hopefully win our 15th ACC championship this week. What an opportunity for our team. 34 years since we've had 12 wins. So, this team's got a chance to stand alone next week amongst, Clemson greats and have 13 wins. That would be a tremendous thing, but it's going to be hard fought. We know North Carolina will be a big challenge for us, but we'll put a good plan together and we're going to be ready. Our 10th game in a row, so we've got to kind of get ourselves, dialed in and get that tank filled up one more time to go have a really tough fight on our hands up in Charlotte. But again, proud of our team. And I think everybody's okay. We didn't have any injuries. Dahlman got a cramp one time, but he was able to come back in there. But so we're very fortunate there that we've been able to stay healthy as well. Any questions?
Dab, have you ever been around a guy with less fear to make the big throw or the big run than what you see out of Deshaun when the big plays are needed?
Well, I mean, we've had, Taj Boyd was pretty big. He made a lot of big plays and big throws himself and won a ton of games here. But at this stage, this early in his career, pretty special. You're talking about a true sophomore, and he's just. I think he's the best player in the country. I mean, I don't know how people measure that, but I look around, I see there's a lot of great players out there, but this kid he's special. He just doesn't flinch, and he just keeps grinding, and he makes great decisions. He did miss a block on the reverse. It was really bad. We got a big play, probably out the gate, if he does his dadgum job right there. And I took the opportunity to coach him pretty hard right there. You get mad at the offensive linemen sometimes, they don't protect for you. Well, let's do your job too and make the block. But great job by that kid, getting outside and going and getting Dion on the ground. That ain't an easy thing to do, tackle Dion in open field. So it was a big play for him, but we had it set up if we just get the key block that we needed. But he's he's just a great leader, and he's very comfortable on that stage. It's what he's born to do. It's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah, but last year he played this game with a torn ACL, then had to deal with people asking him about his health the entire offseason. He's gone through 12 games, looked really good, ran a bunch this year. Was there a part of him that was like, I can't wait to show these guys, how not injury concerned I am? Yeah.
I mean, I was tired of the questions. Every time I did an interview in the preseason, it was like, well, we can't run him. I'm like, well, we're going to have to change our offense then. That's what we do. Our quarterback has to be a factor. That's what makes everything go. And we got a back that's well over 1,000 yards, and then the combination of what we do with our ability to put, pressure on the horizontal part of the field and the vertical part of the field. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to defend us, and it's all the quarterback. Just like at any level, when you've got a great quarterback with good surrounding cast, you're going to be tough to stop. And I don't know this is probably 7 or 8 games in a row. We had 500+ yards, 8 games in a row, and it all starts with that guy. The guys up front doing their job, and our offensive line doesn't get near the credit they deserve. But number 4. He's been a real field general for us, and he's made some very, very good decisions. That throw he made to Travion on 3rd down. I called timeout. I didn't like the call, and I didn't feel good about the call. So we got into a little bit more what I felt like was a better play and more options. And man, what a throw! Are you kidding me? Right into a 2-deep window with the corner sinking underneath it. I mean, he just threw a rope. But that's Deshaun. I mean, he doesn't, it's just what he does. He does that in practice all the time. So he's just a guy that prepares very, very hard, so he doesn't feel the pressure in crunch time because he's prepared for that.
Now, but earn that 12th win here, the way it came out today, what's that mean to you and to this program as they go forward?
Well, it's special. I mean, it really is because we haven't won down here in a while. '07, I think. And it's first time for me to win down here as the head coach. So I've walked in that locker room sick to my stomach a couple times. And you know, a couple years down here, I thought we had the better team. We had 6 turnovers, and we just couldn't overcome it. We couldn't win the game, and it was very disappointing because I thought we really played very well. A lot of people played maybe their best game of the year, and we lost the game. But that's football, and so we played better tonight, and were able to win the game. But I think this is our 50th win here. I guess a long time ago. I guess they used to play all the games here or something. Is that right? Used to play all the games in Columbia. So there's been a lot of. I guess it's just the way kind of like Alabama Auburn used to always be at Legion Field in Birmingham. So we've played here a lot, but to be a part of the 50th win here is pretty cool, and something we take great pride in. But at the end of the day, it's we're 12-0, and we set out to be the best that we could be, and our goal is to win every game. And I tell them every week, we'd be 4-0, and I'd say, well, all right, boys, we still got a chance. Still got a chance at 12-0, but you can't win 12 till you win 5. And we just kind of have kept that mentality all year. You don't have to be good enough to win them all on any given day. You just got to be good enough that day to beat that opponent. And then you reload for the next one. That's what we'll do this week. But it's special, and it's special for our fans. Really is, because again, this is when you live in this state and you have families that don't talk to each other this week and things like that. And I've grown up with this. This is my 26th rivalry game. 13 Alabama Auburn games and 13 Clemson South Carolina games. It's really special to be a part of it, and it's certainly when you win it, it's just awesome because you know what it means to a lot of people. There's a lot of people celebrating right now. There's a lot of people sick to their stomach right now, but I'm just glad that the team in orange won the game.
Dabo, talk about that drive that looked like South Carolina had a little bit of momentum going there, and then Deshaun just leads you right down the field there. Kind of give you the momentum.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it was just huge, and that's what we talked about. I don't. Maybe did we punt one time? Maybe
in the 3 in the game, once in the second.
Once in the second half, we only had 1 punt. We just really played clean, played really clean outside of the turnover by Artavis right there at the end. Which now they get a touchdown off. I mean, you can't give people short fields, and defense kind of held them, and then all of a sudden, boom, we get a turnover. They get points off, and that's what turnovers do. And most of the time, they get you beat. We got good situation going. Another nice play. Now the ball's on the ground. They get a short field. They score. But we were able to overcome it, and so nobody panicked. Just like I told Artavis, listen, we can't do anything about it. So let's got to go to the next play. We need you. We need you to go back and let's just take care of the ball. And you give South Carolina credit; they did a good job of stripping the ball, punching at the ball, and doing everything they could to try to possess it and get some extra possessions, which they did.
Does it ever strike you that Deshaun is a second-year collegian, and guys like Trevian Thompson, Gallman, all these young guys just never really flinch in those moments? Yeah,
I mean, it's this has been a fun team to coach, and I mean, when you look at our team, we lost every offensive lineman. All 5 of our linemen are new starters, every one of them. We lost the best receiver in the country, or certainly one of the top 2 or 3, and Mike Williams, first quarter of the first game, out for the year. New punter, new kicker, new snapper. We've got 10 guys off our defense that go to the NFL. But these guys have never made any excuses. That's why you go recruit. And that's what makes college football so much fun. And it's what makes college football so unpredictable. Because guys have to move on, guys have to leave, and new guys come in. And so if you've recruited well, you're probably and you're developing your players, then you probably got a pretty good chance of at least maintaining some type of consistency. But I don't think many people out there gave us a chance to be 12-0 coming into this season. But take your hat off to those guys because they got it done. They've got it done, and we've been fortunate. We've been able to stay relatively healthy, and that's it's part of it. But with the type of consistency that we've had, not just this year, but several years in a row, if you can kind of be that type of program, then you're going to have some really special years along the way, and that's what we're having this year.
Do you worry at all? I mean, do you worry at all about you know, you've been grinding towards the 12-0. Next week's a championship game. After that is potential championship game. You worried about the nerves kind of setting in with this team as we get closer to things like this?
No, you know, I think that they've embraced the moment. You know, they've embraced. I mean, they all know what's in front of them. They all know what this opportunity represents, and you know, these are competitors. This is what they're trained to do. There's nothing to be nervous about. I mean, it's just football. I mean, it's just football. I mean, it's what we do. It's what we practice for. I mean, if we get beat, we get beat. You tip your hat to the opponent and move on. But I mean, shoot, let's don't have any regrets. Let's play. You know, that's what we do. I said that on the headset. We were down there and we had a situation where we could have, you know, come out with about 5 more yards and maybe kick a field goal. And I'm like, look, we're here to win a national championship. All right, let's play. And we hit a big play to kind of keep the drive going, and we go on and get a touchdown out of it. And I just think that that's the mentality of our guys. We've embraced the opportunity. If we get beat, we're going to be a tough out. It ain't going to be because we're tiptoeing through the daisies. All right, we're going to play, and we're going to have fun with it. There's no pressure. You know, pressure comes when you're not prepared, and we're prepared. We prepare hard every week, and sometimes we may not play great. Sometimes things happen. You know, Artavis Scott's as good a football player as we got on this team, and didn't have a great game. Had some great plays, but we didn't have a couple of good results at the end of the play. You know, put the ball on the ground and things like that. Wayne Gallman's a great player. Get the ball on the ground. Those are things that you know, just part of the game. And hopefully we can clean some of that up. That's a big bust on defense. But it's not because guys are scared or overwhelmed with the moment. Man, this is what we train to do. And you know, we're going to show up, we're going to play, and put everything we got into each and every game, and we'll live with whatever result we got.
I believe at one point you guys completed 8 straight third down. Was there anything in particular you guys were seeing on third down or doing, or was it just Deshaun?
Well, we spread them out. You know, they were trying to, you know, I give them credit. They were really trying not to give up a big play. They played a lot of cover 2, high safety cover 2, and then they were spinning their safeties, you know, playing cover 2 and spinning a guy down. They mixed and matched with some fires off the edge with Sam Fire, Will Fires, and you know, they played, I think, pretty conservative, which was a good plan. And let's see if they screw it up. And we were their best defense for a little while, but we kind of settled in and took care of the ball. But we didn't think that they could handle our empty package. We felt like that we could spread them out, create some matchup problems with them, and we were able to do that. We hit a big play down the middle. You know, Deshaun was able to make some big plays with his legs, with everybody spread out, and then right there at the end, the corner ball to Travion. You know, we're in an empty set right there. So a lot of we took advantage of some of the windows that presented themselves in the zone coverage. We didn't get, when we got man, we did have the one big play, and I think that changed how they were playing us a little bit when we hit Dion down the field. But we'll go back. You know, there'll be some things that we're gonna really like from this tape. There's gonna be some things that we're gonna not like. But overall, I you know, outside of the turnovers, it was a pretty clean game. It really was. You know, if we can just, you know, I mean, the one turnover is just an exchange, which is what we do every day. That's what we do. And we just, you know, I got it, you got it, and the ball's on the ground, they get it. And so those are things that just can't happen. But keep playing, and you just keep grinding and find a way to win. And we were able to do that in a very tough place to play against a team that you know, has nothing to lose and is playing with maximum effort. And you got to give all those guys over there and their coaches a lot of credit for that.
You've talked about how this is its own season, this game. How did winning last year and then winning this year, how does that help momentum and help Clemson keep taking those steps forward?
Well, it's just important. I mean, this is a game that it is a season of its own. It means a lot to a lot of people. It's a goal of ours. Today we achieved our 3rd goal on our board, and that's to be the state champions. And so we're 3 for 3. We've had 3 goal opportunities, and we're 3 for 3. And I've always told our team, our 5 goals are set up to allow us to compete to be the best. All right, the best in this state, the best in our conference, the best in the country. And we've hit all 5 goals, but we've never hit all 5 in the same year. And I've always said, when we hit all 5 in the same year, boys, it's going to be a hell of a year. And so we're 3 for 3. We got a 4th goal opportunity this week, and that is to win the ACC. So you get what you earn, and we put ourselves here, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Is there a moment you guys were in pretty good shape, up 28-10? I mean, was there a moment when it kind of hit you that, well, we've got a game here after a couple touchdowns and got 20?
Well, it was a game where I don't think we ever got real comfortable, just because of some of the real poor mistakes that we made. If they get 2nd and 21, and we in a quarterback scramble, we just didn't. I didn't think we did a good job of rallying like we needed to and getting a couple of these guys on the ground. We got a slant call. We're supposed to be inside leverage, or they have a slant, and they busted on the slant for a huge play, and we're outside leverage instead of inside leverage. And those are little things, but little things lead to big things. So all correctable, all things that we can fix. But it was never a game where you just felt like, oh, well, shoot. In these type of games, you're all in every play for 4 quarters. And that was one of the things I talked about to the team last night is, guys, this is not going to be a 1-quarter game. It's not going to be a 2-quarter game. They're going to make plays. They want it as bad as we do, and we got to weather the storm. We got to keep our poise when that storm comes and just keep playing. It's a 4-quarter game.